Hey guys, what up here, and welcome back to NASCAR 2004 for race 21 and 36. We're going to Indianapolis today for the Brickyard 400. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. I love racing at the Brickyard. I just think it's a really fun momentum track. You just really got to hit your marks and everything. So it's very fun. I do enjoy it quite a bit. So team management, just to give you an update, I don't think there's a whole lot going on compared to last race. That's being repaired still. Engines, we still have one being built and one just being overhauled, and bodies, we still got one being worked on or repaired. So that's really it. Nothing else really to show. That's the only thing that I even changed. And the chassis shop's coming in like a couple more races as well. So I mean, anyways, let's head in the race weekend. Since there's only one available thing open for now, we're just gonna click chassis, or not click chassis, we're gonna click select all. Car rating of 59, not too bad actually. A little bit better than Pocono, which I think was a 57, I think. So that's a big step up. We'll see what we can do in the race. We're going to go into qualifying and see what happens.
Here's the important qualifying lap. This is the last one. This is when it has to happen. He makes his way around the track. If he wants to start up front, this has to be the fast lap. It's the final lap of qualifying.
Hang out turn 4 into the very long front stretch here. That lap time felt pretty good to me in my books. We'll see what it is when we cross the line. It's gonna be a 51.3, 6/10 faster than last lap, and it's 24th spot. Not too bad. We're gonna be on the outside line though, so that's a little bit scary. But that was not too bad. I could have done better, but it was not too bad. So, anyways, let's head into the race, see what happens. I'm expecting at least a top 20 finish. That sounds reasonable. So we get the qualifying objective. Now we just need to get the finishing objective of finishing 30th or better, and we get that extra dough. So we need to finish 30th or better in this race. Let's get into it. I'm looking forward to it. Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon start up on the front row. My bad. Jeff Gordon first, and then Mark Martin second. My apologies. So let's get this race going. 3, 2, 1. Green flag is underway here at the Brickyard for 16 laps. We're starting 24th on the outside. I want to get to the bottom as soon as possible, so we're going to back off here a little bit. We'll get the spot, kind of hold up LePage here just a little bit. Sorry, LePage, I don't mean to be mean, but I need to get to the bottom. We do just that, and we're going to try to pass Sprague and Ricky Craven right off the bat. Seems like in going into turn 2 and 4, you can definitely just let off the gas from what I've experienced and everything. So that's going to be a big help. We don't have to hit the brakes all too much there, and we kind of let the car roll. So that's a pretty big, or an interesting tip that I've learned at this track, or at least so far in career mode. Maybe if the car's faster, it'll be better, as we already abused the rumble strips. We're going to try to clear Biffle for 23rd. We clear him. Now it's time to run down Brett Bodine. I'm abusing the crap out of the rumble strips here. This track is so important of just hitting your marks lap after lap and just being consistent. In order to even have a shot at finishing well, you really got to hit your marks. I got to do that in this race. So I'm going to try to be very careful. Try not to overdrive the corner, as I kind of underdrove the corner just a little bit. Harvick's going to try to get me on the outside, and I block him. Not too bad. Nothing too hairy, as we like how I was talking about. Oh, you don't need to hit the brakes, and then here I am hitting the brakes like in the two. That, you know, What If does a really good job of contradicting himself. He's just a piece of shit. Anyways, Harvick is all over us. I don't know how he's this far back. If he did, oh god. Okay, you know what? Let him go. Let him go. Let's regroup. Let's regroup. That was a horrible corner. Oh, okay, I was getting overreacting over nothing. Bill Elliott. Oh, Bill, you son of a bitch. Oh goodness. Anyways, let's regroup. That was a very hairy corner. Block him. Block Craven. Block him. And block Craven. It's a very neat strategy we got going on here. Go into 1, let the car drift a little bit, and get a good run off. Okay, good job. We just need to regroup here and just really need to focus now.
5 seconds on you.
Finally cut up to Brett Bodine. We're actually going to try to get by Hermie Sadler already. Brett Bodine looks like he's already going to get in a spot for 22nd. We clear Hermie Sadler for 23rd. Now we're going to try to get a run on Brett and try to get by him for 22nd. He's going to block for all his money, but it's not going to matter because we have horsepower. A sentence I didn't think I would be able to say in this race, but we actually got by him. Let's go into 3, be a little bit careful. I think I feel like I'm messing up a little bit, at least the one time I did make the mistake. I don't think I'm arching into the corners as best as I could be. So I think like I'm being a little bit too conservative, so I'm going to try to be right up against the wall and then arch it back down. Kind of like what I was doing in qualifying, because I don't think I'm doing it in this race right now. So I really got to, focus on that, because if I let the car roll and kind of like gradually let it like slide to the bottom, it should benefit us a lot more. As we get way too much of a run through there, we kind of had to slow up a little bit more than I wanted to. We're right there with Jerry Nadeau. We're going to go into 2, try to keep it on the bottom. We don't want to make contact and magnet or whatever it is, like magnetize like with the cars and just drift into the wall. So very close. That was very hairy. We clear Mayfield for 21st. Now we're right behind Robbie Gordon. I definitely think a top 20 is quite possible. I just hope that the pit crew or the pit stop. I was like trying to merge the two words, and that kind of rhymed. But yeah, it's all going to come down to how the pit crew can do. Because I mean, we're on the driver side. We're meeting our sponsor objectives and doing everything we need, as we already have people heading down pit road. So yeah. Also, I will be pitting on lap 7, going to 8. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Went a little bit. I was gonna say deep, but that's not really the case. I feel like I could go in the corners way deeper than these guys, but trying to play it smart, trying not to run into them. Playing it very, conservative right now. I feel like, I don't know, but I'm just trying to be very careful. Park is right there, trying to not let me get by him. At least we have an interesting battle up here somewhere in the field, so that's interesting. Don't know what to do. We're gonna let Burden go here, going to 3. Just didn't feel comfortable behind Park, so we're gonna lose a little bit of spot here, a little bit of ground here, but it's not a big deal. We're gonna go into 3, hanging on the bottom. I'm hoping nobody randomly pits and swerves down into my lane. Nobody does. That's a big plus. And we're gonna draft with Burton, try to get a good run by Robbie Gordon for 17th for right now. I normally try to brake at the second little marker that's there, like going into 1. I try to maybe go a little bit before it, because I mean, if I'm by myself, I can do it just fine. Somebody's blown up, and that is Michael Waltrip. Well, that sucks. Anyways, we're going to try to get by Steve Park. The fact the car has legitimate pace, it speaks volumes for just this team right now. Well, at least in this race. Maybe the AIs aren't just OP, as I just randomly drove into the side of Nadeau just for fun, I guess. I don't know what that was for. And Nadeau hits the outside wall. Man, oh man, there's too many jokes I can use about his concussion, but it's not funny. Anyways, we're going to go down pit road this time by 70 miles an hour, the pit road speed limit, and we're going to try to go as fast as possible, and we're going 64 miles an hour. Not repairing the damage, nothing to repair. So, all 4 tires, 17-second pit stops estimated time. Let's see what the pit crew can do.
Attention service to this car as pit stops begin here in this event.
Down on this end of pit road, it looks like routine service. They're changing 4 tires. The crew telling me it'll only be a 4-tire stop. They're also only going to put in 1.5 cans of fuel. So a little strategy on this end of pit road.
And that's an 18.1. A second off the estimated time. God freaking damn. That's horrible. And that is some absolute shit right there. That, my God. Anyhow, how many spots are we going to lose? We're going to come back on the track. Fittipaldi's going to get by us, but we got fresher tires, so it's not going to be a big deal. But we're near Kevin LePage. I mean, that's something. I mean, why the hell not? So let's draft with Fittipaldi here. I'm sure we can get by him. We just got to be, careful, hit our marks and all that. So we get a good draft down the back straightaway, try to execute a move going into 3. And we kind of do, but we freaking derp, and Ken Schrader now has blown a motor. So that's 2 blown ups in this race so far. So that's very interesting. And Fittipaldi, oh wow, we're sliding up the track. Why is this an interesting battle for 38th? Oh my God.
NASCAR says that's halfway.
Or I could just make it 3 wide going into 1. You know, that works too. I didn't really expect that to work. I was just going for an opening, and it just coincidentally worked. Anyway, oh well, we're in 38th right now. Some cars are heading out of pit road now. How many will I actually pass here is the big question. Considering how slow the stop was, I don't really know. But we did get a really good run into 1. We braked at the normal braking point that I'm pretty comfortable with and gained a lot of ground through there. So now, looks like we gained most of the spots, I would say back, but we gained a lot there. We're going to draft with Kyle Petty here, who's side by side with Nemechek, who is a position ahead of me in points, so I would like to get ahead of him to gain at least 1 spot in the standings. So we're going to try to get by him, go into 3, let the car roll a little bit. Kind of blocked him a little bit there, not too bad. Block him down low, block him up high, and try to clear him. I mean, we obviously cleared him, but I mean, try to pull away from him. And there we go. We hanged on to that spot for now. Just kind of stay behind him, he'll kind of give us that arrow push or whatever. As you see on the draft meter, it actually is technically arrow pushing me. So we're going to dive into 1 just as deep as we've done in the past. Gained on him a little bit. That corner, it just, man oh man, like how much we pull away there is just crazy. And as you see, we gained even more spots because of people exiting pit road, and I think we have the last segment of stops happening right now. So once we get around to the front stretch, I'm kind of curious how many spots we'll gain, because if we can get under the top 20, that's going to be amazing. About in the middle of the front stretch right now, we do have a few people exiting pit road now. We'll see what happens. I think we cleared some of them. We're in P21, so we're just about where we were before the pit sequences started. So I guess because of the overall car pace we had, it kind of balanced out the shitty pit crew stop that they had, because we lost like a second. So interesting. I mean, we're kind of stuck in no man's land here all by ourselves, but this is a perfect time to go into sweat mode, see how many people's tires will begin to fall off, and we'll just go from here. I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for us to just really focus now. So I'm going to be quiet here and really try to gain some ground on these guys. A couple laps later, we caught up to Ricky Craven, who's in 20th position. Took us a little bit. It seems like his tires are falling off quite a bit more than the other guys. I don't know when he pitted, so that could be a determining factor of just either him pitting too early or just him having not good tires. So we're going to go down below him, going into 4 now. We don't quite have him, but we really execute turn 1 just right. I think we can definitely get by him. Try and get the draft kind of, because the weird thing with this game is like once you hit the draft and then let go, you kind of get like an extra boost. So I'm trying to kind of do that here, and I braked way too early. I was taking that corner way too really gently, and we do clear him for 20th. I think we can get by Jeff Green for 19th, and that's probably all she wrote, because the other guys ahead of me are too far ahead and there's not enough time in the race. But we get a really good run off of 2. He's blocking us all the way down the white line, but it's okay, because we get an amazing run and just pull away. Man, oh man, this car, I tell you, it's such a nice feeling to actually have somewhat pace compared to Pocono, where it was so bad. About halfway down the backstretch on the final lap. Been a pretty good race, I would say, for me, with a little bit of hiccups, but Bill Elliott, just like Hermie Sadler in the last race, is flying towards me at the end of here. I mean, he must have pitted at like the final segment or something, because he is right behind us. I mean, he was nowhere near us whatsoever, and now he's right behind us. Whew. Luckily, the race is ending right now, because if we have one more lap, we'll be screwed. We get 19th. I'm happy with that. That was good. Considering how bad Pocono was, I'll take that. My hand hurts. Oh my gosh. Even though 16 laps. Oof, that was rough. 16 laps. Oh gosh. Well, we got 19, top 20. We got our sponsor objectives. That's a good feeling. Let's get out of here. And look at this. We get 300K. Literally 300K. And we get a good amount of bonus from everything. My gosh. Just the amount we get from sponsor income is just insane. Thank God we get that sponsor objective, because it helps us so much. We got really nothing to put it towards, but hey, the extra cash is fine by me. Anyways, let's get out of here. We already know Junior won, so that's all I guess you need to know is somebody won, so let's get out of here. Next race will be at Watkins Glen, the second road course of the season, and the final one. Since we did pretty well at the Sonoma one, or Infineon, I have pretty good hopes going into this race, so let's go into team management, go to team here, not team, garage, Everything should be being repaired still. So, I mean, we can't really do anything right now. But once we do, I will definitely overhaul the body if it gets any better. Because overhauling doesn't seem to do anything, at least for the body. It does for the engine and chassis, but not for the body. Maybe I need to upgrade the builder or upgrade the shop for that. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to go into Glen with probably not the best stuff, but hopefully we'll do alright. And the drive response to Prestige, the secondary went up. Yes, everything's going up. It goes up, I guess, 1. I think maybe if you complete the objective, it does go up 1. I'm thinking that's how it works. I'm not too sure. And the chassis shop's coming in 5 more races, so that'll give us more tire grip. So it should help us out. And it'll give us plus 10, so that'll be really good. Maybe our car will be in like in the mid-60s or something. I'm not too sure, but let's check out the points. I should be maybe ahead of Joe Nemechek, I would think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, he went down to 30th. All right, and we gained 2 more spots. Or at least another spot, I think. I can't remember, but we're 3 points ahead of Johnny. Or no, we're tied with Johnny Benson now. We're 6 points behind Nadu. So top 28. I think we definitely get top 25 at the end of the season. I think if we keep having decent runs like that, we could. But too many variables in this this career mode. I don't know what to really honestly expect. So point standings, I think Stewart still has the points lead by 105 points. Even though Junior got his, 7th win of the season. And Stewart only has 5. So those two make up 12 wins of the regular season. Gordon with none. Mark with 2. Ricky Road with 1. Newman with 1. Jarrett with 1. Harvick with 1 earlier in the year. I do remember that. And Bobby Lalonde with none. And Burton with none. So there you go. There's the overall wins for the guys in the top 10, essentially. So, yeah. Next one will be at Watkins Glen. I'm looking forward to it. So, thank you for watching. Like I always say, I do appreciate love, feedback, and support all you guys give me in the comment section below, and as well as liking the video because it helps me out a lot in the long run. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next race at the Glen. And like always, have a good day, everyone.